Bonjour, ça va? Ça va bien, merci. J'espère que ça va bien. I hope you are all still very well and very safe and that you enjoy your time with maman et papa à la famille. And remember to be very gentil, very kind and very good to everybody because this is a difficult time. You know what they call this time? They call it in France, in the country, and in French then, in the language, le temps de confinement. Confinement is confinement. Le temps de confinement. So that's difficult, but it's also wonderful. It's a time that we can all connect and all do things that we never have time for. So let's start. Commencer. The French actually say attaquer. Attack the work, attaquer. So remember, qu'est-ce que c'est? I hope you practice that. Qu'est-ce que c'est? So if I say qu'est-ce que c'est, then you say c'est un livre, ou c'est un bic, ou c'est un stylo. Ça va? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Now, s'il vous plaît, I'm going to give you commands in French now. S'il vous plaît, ouvrez les livres à la page 8. Ouvrez les livres à la page 8. So we're going to do page 8 and page 9 aujourd'hui. Voilà. So on the top, you see qu'est-ce que c'est. There's qu'est-ce que c'est again. And then some of the things on these pages we know already, but some of the things are new. So we're going to learn today about des affaires scolaires. Des now, remember, is the plural of un and une. Some things of the school. Des affaires scolaires. So there they have the un, all the masculine words in one block, and all the feminine words in another block. And also, always when you see dossier long, then you know that's some rules. That's something that I tell you that you must learn. So let's read. Masculine and feminine gender. In French, all nouns are either masculine or feminine. This is called the gender of a noun. Before a masculine word, use un for a, for example, un crayon. And before a feminine word, use une for a, and that's, for example, une chaise. Nouns in English don't have genders, but in French they do. It is important to learn the gender of each noun as you meet it. And then at the bottom of the page, you will see there's another thing that they always have in a lesson, and they say stratégie. Stratégie are always things that can help you. Think clues or things that can make it easier for you. Remember, a new language has new words, a lot of new words. And it's not, you can't learn it in a day. You can't do it in 10 days. You can't do it in 100 days. It's a thing that grows. So whenever you learn something, make sure that you know those things that we did. Because next time we build on that and we build on that. It's like a house. So if the bottom or the foundation or the bottom of the wall of a house, there's something not right, or the foundation isn't very well laid, then your house is going to crumble. So every little thing that we learn must be like a rock, must be very, very solid. Oui? Bon. So the strategy, they say, if you're not sure of the gender of a noun, you can look it up at the end of the book. And then they say, look up these words and see how the glossary lists the gender. And then if you can remember, we did it in the previous lesson. So it was une gomme, un taille-crayon masculin, un ordinateur, une chaise, et un baladeur. And you know what? Sometimes you remember the color. So remember, if you think the word was in blue, then you know it's masculine. If the word was in red, you know it's feminine. Bon. So let's see if you can read all these words. A is un livre. B is un stylo. C, un cahier. That's an exercise book. D, un crayon. E, un sac à dos of un sac. F, un taille-crayon. G, an ordinateur that are you using now. and then ash will be un beak. So that's what I said to you. B and ash can be both, but the original French was un stylo was a more formal pen. Ça va? How did it go? Oh, voilà. Une. I, une règle. J, une gomme. K, un classeur. Okay, in boîte. I think they actually want the boîte, but the classeur will also be plural. L, une trousse. M, une calculatrice. N, une chaise. Et O, une table. The more you do things, the more you look at words, the more you meet words, the easier it's going to sort of be to remember it. Now, number 2 is a new word. It's combien. Combien means how much. So if you want to combine combien with a noun, you must say de in between, because they say how many of. So they see it as a expression of quantity. Combien de. So if I want to know how many books, I will say combien de livres. If I say how many pens, try combien de bic. How many let's say how many rulers, combien de règles. So now they say il y a combien de, and then you can say il y a trois. Now il y a is an expression that says there is or there are. It's an easy one to use because you don't have to change your verb. So you can either say il y a un livre sur la table, there's a book on the table, or you can say il y a 13 livres sur la table, there's 13 books on the table. So you don't have to, with il y a, you don't have to say there is or there are. It's il y a means there is or there are. So il y a is a very nice thing to say. So if you have an expression like in my family, dans ma famille, il y a ma mère, mon père, I think you use it in your oral. Or dans ma maison, in my house, or chez moi, and then you say all the rooms. So there's a difference between il y a and voilà. Voilà, you'll hear that I use it sometimes. Voilà means that's it, or there is. But with voilà, you spell it V-O-I-L-A. V-O-I-L, accent A, accent grave, voilà. But voilà is usually when you point to something. So I will say voilà le livre, voilà la chaise, voilà madame. But il y a is more when I make a statement. So there is or there are something. So now they ask you, I'm going to ask you, numéro 1, combien de crayons? And then you say il y a 3 crayons. Ça va? Combien de livres? Il y a 5 livres. Combien de règles? Il y a 9 règles. Combien de stylos? Il y a 2 stylos. Are you answering me? Combien de trousses? Il y a une trousse féminine. Numéro 6, combien de gommes? Il y a 6 gommes. Numéro 7, combien de taille-crayons? Il y a 7 taille-crayons. Et combien de calculatrices? Il y a 4 calculatrices. Très bien. Voilà. Also, if you buy something, you can also ask the sales lady or someone, you can say, c'est combien? It is how much? Le bic. You take the bic or you take le livre and you say, c'est combien? Bon. So see à la page 8 if you are fine, otherwise just go back to the video. Page 9. They always give you some pronunciation rules. So you've got dossier langue that explains things. Then you have stratégie that tells you some tips or help you with something. And then you've got a pronunciation. And then they say you must remember that there are a lot of words in English and in French that's the same, but you don't pronounce it the same. Because English is a language that comes from Latin, it's a Roman language, and also French. That's why we have so many similarities between the two. But never, ever French must sound like English. You know, in the old days, the French didn't like the English because of the war. It's better now. The modern and the young French people, they don't actually know what happened in the war. But usually the French wasn't very fond of the English. So something must please not sound like English, so just make it French. So France, number 1 there, à la page 9, on page 9, on the right-hand top. Try to say it before I say it. France, then the second one. Paris. In English it will be Paris. In French, Paris. And numéro 3. Crayon, not crayon, crayon. And numéro 4. You know, in English it's table, in French it's table. Table. 5. Article. Article. 6. Solution. Solution. 7. Parent. Parent. And 8. Sport. Sport. So usually the last part of a word, the last consonant, is not pronounced. So it means the same, but just pronounce it differently. And now, à numéro 3, we are at qu'est-ce que c'est? What is it? Et numéro 3, I want you to do for devoir, s'il vous plaît. Devoir means homework. So take your cahier français in French. The adjective comes after the noun, usually the most of them. So I don't say a French book, un français livre. I say un livre français or un cahier. Take your cahier français. Please écrivez la date, write the date. You're going to do that. Le 5 avril or le 6 mai, I don't know when you're going to hear this lesson. And in the middle, you can write exercice 3, page 9. So you know where it is. Exercice 3, page 9. Now look at the example. They tell you, regarde les images. Look at the pictures. Écoute et écris les nombres. Please just write the numbers. Écoute is actually listen. That's when maybe if I read it to you, but I'm not going to do that now. So you can just say numéro 1. Now you must say it is a. C'est un portable. Of c'est une trousse. Of c'est une poubelle, the last one, numéro 13. For me, it usually looks like popcorn. Then I must just tell myself, no, it's actually a bin. Right, so that's the sentence. So you must say c'est un. C'est un. Numéro 7 will be c'est une trombone. C'est un trombone. It's a paperclip. C'est un trombone. Ça va? So please do that. Number 1, numéro 1, up to jusqu'à numéro 13. Okay. Then you've got another dossier long. There they tell you on the right-hand page, à la page 9, there they tell you about the plural. How do we usually make nouns plural in English? Can we usually hear the added letter? Yes. To make nouns plural in French, we also add S, but it's not usually pronounced. So un crayon becomes deux crayons, like I told you. And then they say, listen now to the plural of the word listed below. Now you can read it with me because you already know that. So let's read it. Crayon, table, article, solution, parent, sport. So in which language do you hear the final S? Only in English, but pas en français. Ça va? Bon, so we're stopping there. So please, if I see you again in class, please do the exercise. Don't fall behind because otherwise you're going to have too much work. So do every day, every subject that a teacher gives you, do the work. Don't think, oh, she's not there tomorrow. She's not going to see that I didn't do it because you're making it difficile for yourself. Oui, madame? Bon. So now we have a new song. So let me explain the song to you. Actually a very nice song. The song's name is Au petit-déjeuner, at breakfast. And in this song they use the singular and the plural and the un and the des. So you see at breakfast. Now petit-déjeuner. Déjeuner is actually lunch. Petit-déjeuner is breakfast, the small lunch. And au petit means here at. Au petit-déjeuner. So that au petit-déjeuner. So now they sing. And it's a lovely video. I hope you can see it. Au petit-déjeuner, je mange des céréales. Je mange means I eat. I eat some cereal. So in English, you will say I eat cereal. In French, céréales is plural. So he says, je mange des céréales with some milk, avec du lait, au petit déjeuner. At petit déjeuner. Then he says, au petit déjeuner, she eats. Then it's now not je again, she eats. What does she eat? She is elle. Elle. Elle mange des tartines. Elle mange des tartines. So tartine is a sandwich with something on. Confiture, jam, or beurre, or what. Now, you know, once I was in France. It was the first time I went there. I didn't know about a tartine. I thought a tartine was a little tart, a lovely little tart. So I saw on the window of one of the little shops, they said, café et tartine. It was like a combo for maybe 2 francs or 2 euro. Those days it was francs, but say 2 euro or something. I thought, oh, that's nice. I'm going to have coffee and a little tart. So then I sat down and I said, je voudrais, s'il vous plaît, une tartine avec du café. And here comes the waiter, the garçon, and he comes with the coffee, and then he comes with a sandwich with jam on. Or actually the jam was at the side, and then I realized the tartine is not a tart. It's not something sweet, it's actually a sandwich. Une tartine. Then it's plural again. Can you see? Elle mange des tartines, some tarts. She drinks. Elle boit. If you want to say I drink, you say je bois with an S. Elle boit du jus d'orange. She drinks some orange juice. Du jus d'orange. Elle mange du jus d'orange at breakfast or petit déjeuner. Then they say croissant in general. That's why they put the le there and not the de, because if you say the and you say something in general, you use the definite article. Les croissants, c'est délicieux. Les croissants, c'est délicieux. Mais les croissants, but croissants, on n'en mange que le dimanche. We don't eat some of them only, we eat it only on Sunday. So that's actually a difficult sentence. So let me just explain. On is one. And then the ne and the que actually means, you know, ne pas is negative, but ne que is only. So we only eat some, that's the on, le dimanche, every Sunday. On n'en mange que le dimanche. So that on n'en mange que le dimanche at breakfast or petit déjeuner. He eats yogurt. Il mange un yaourt. Il mange un yaourt. Un yaourt. Il mange un yaourt, une banane, a banana, et 2 biscuits. Une banane et 2 biscuits. So now you see how they use the articles. Il mange un yaourt, une banane et 2 biscuits au petit déjeuner. Au petit déjeuner, we eat. Nous mangeons. Now it's got the we form. So you can see the verb changes all the time. We eat. Nous mangeons. So that nous mangeons some eggs, des œufs, some eggs, plural, des œufs. So a œuf is an egg, œuf. So in singular, you pronounce the F. And then in plural, you don't pronounce it. So it can be tricky, French sometimes, but it's so pretty. Des œufs et du jambon. Et du jambon and some ham. Des œufs et du jambon. Au petit déjeuner, at breakfast. And then he says again, les croissants, delicious, c'est délicieux, mais les croissants, on ne mange que le dimanche. And then he says at the end, il faut bien manger. He starts with le petit déjeuner, breakfast. Il faut bien manger. One has to eat it. Il faut means it's necessary. One must. Il faut manger. Car il est important le petit déjeuner, because breakfast is very important. Le petit déjeuner est très important. So you have to eat breakfast because it is very, very important. That's the most important meal of the day. Oui. Bon, so, au revoir. Hope you enjoyed the French. Do your homework. À bientôt.